Hello again, my name is Espen Andersen. I'm an Associate Professor of Technology Strategy at the Norwegian School of Management. And with me is my colleague Hanno, who is a Professor of Accounting, also at the Norwegian School of Management. And this is the last video in a series of 5 about case discussions and case teaching, where we sum up. We've looked at how do you prepare, why do you use the case method? How do you prepare individually? How do you prepare as a group? And how do we actually run the discussion? And now we're getting into the part where we think about what did we learn from this?
Usually after you have done a case discussion in class for an hour or maybe 2 hours, the question of students is, well, I have seen all this discussion, I have seen this up and down between students, and occasionally the professor regulates the discussion, and I have seen the whiteboard getting behind the professor getting full with arguments. What does it leave me? What do I learn? What did I learn actually? And this is something which the reflex is towards give me a single point answer. This was the case, this is the answer. That's wrong. What you did learn was actually what's behind the professor on the board. What is there are the arguments and how they are interconnected. Because what a case learns you, or better said what a case tries to educate you, not teach, what the case tries to educate you, is to filter out a line of argument out of a messy situation. Being prepared, of course, being discussing, but then what you'll learn in the lines of argument. If this is related to that and that and that, then I should consider that decision. So what did you learn should always be considered in terms of a connected flow. What are the things that I now see? What is the big picture? Can I no longer see an individual item? No, I see how it's interrelated. And if you're able to formulate that, that's good. What are the takeaways of a case discussion? That is what you actually are able to record. Because when the case is being concluded, the professor can do a sum up, or some of the students can do a sum up, but somehow you need to remember this, and just relying on your memory is not enough. You need to make a small note, or you make usually a note of what's on the whiteboard, and then summarize for yourself how those interrelated things are happening. And these things you will then afterwards see come back in other situations, other cases, but of course in your management practice.
And that is the whole point of using the case method, that it allows you to recognize situations, because especially if you go through many cases in various subjects in an MBA education, you know, when you get out there and are facing a managerial problem of some sort, yes, you can think in terms of here's a framework I could use for this, or this is something I learned about in this very often functional class. But having gone through cases allows you also to recognize situations that you've seen before and say, oh, this is a little bit like that case we had back then, and the issues were this and that and this thing, and that allows you to gain a level of managerial experience without actually having been through those managerial situations. A case is almost like a little imperfect, theoretical, so on and so forth, but still a little bit of a simulation of reality. Now, one of the things both Hanno and I hear in our courses is that your courses are hard. There's a lot of work to do. But one of the things we also hear, and which we're very happy about, is that students say they learn a lot. And that's sort of the whole issue around cases. You know, they're like the real world, complicated, messy. You have to work really hard at understanding them. But in the end, you come out with something that is eminently useful in building your future career. And that's good, isn't it?
And with that very nice words, we would like to say, hope to see you soon in our classes. Goodbye and thank you for your time.
Thank you.